It begins with a whisper in the wind, a shift in the cloud, a tremor in the pressure. For centuries, humans have looked to the skies for answers. In a world where weather shapes our fate, the ability to predict it has always meant the difference between harvest and hunger, calm and catastrophe, life and death. Today, we check the forecast before we get dressed, before we travel, before we work. But have you ever wondered how we came to predict something as wild and chaotic as the weather? This is the story of weather forecasting, a journey from ancient myths to machine learning, and from gut instinct to global supercomputers. A story of how we learned to see the future in the clouds. Long before meteorology became a science, it was an art or perhaps a superstition. Farmers read the flight of birds, sailors studied the stars, and old sayings like "red sky at night, sailor's delight" passed from generation to generation as sacred truth. In ancient Babylon, nearly 4,000 years ago, weather patterns were recorded on clay tablets. The Greeks tried to decode the heavens with philosophy, but real change came in the 19th century, with the invention of the telegraph. For the first time, weather reports could travel faster than storms. In 1861, the world saw its first public weather forecast published in the Times of London. By World War I, weather forecasting was vital for aviation. And after World War II, thanks to radar and balloon data, forecasting entered a new era where science replaced superstition. Today, forecasting is a symphony of science, powered by technology that spans the earth and sky. Orbiting satellites scan every storm system. Doppler radar tracks rain and wind in real time. Thousands of weather balloons rise into the atmosphere daily, sending back precious data. At the heart of it all, models, mathematical equations that simulate the atmosphere. Fed with global data, they try to predict what the skies will do next. But forecasting isn't just about math, it's about interpretation. Behind every forecast, there's a human expert making a judgment call. Still, weather is chaotic by nature. A thunderstorm can vanish in minutes, or a hurricane can shift course overnight. Despite our tools, we can't predict everything, but we're getting better, faster every day. What's next for forecasting? The answer lies in the cutting edge. Artificial intelligence is already being trained to spot patterns no human could see. Machine learning algorithms process years of weather data in seconds, improving accuracy with every storm. But forecasting faces a new challenge: climate change. As the planet warms, weather grows more extreme and less predictable. Droughts deepen, storms intensify, and heat waves arrive earlier each year. Our models must adapt to a changing planet. At the same time, our personalized forecasting is on the rise, and soon you may get forecasts tailored to your daily route, your health needs, or even your smart home's energy use. But with new power comes new responsibility. Weather modification, ethical use of climate data, and privacy and hyperlocal tracking all raise big questions for the future. For most of us, weather forecasting is personal. It's the umbrella we grab, the jacket we wear, the choice to delay a flight or evacuate a home. For farmers, the forecast can make or break a season. For energy companies, it predicts demand. For cities, it determines how we prepare for floods, snow, or searing heat. And sometimes, the forecast saves lives. When Hurricane Katrina approached in 2005, the forecasters gave days of warning. When tornadoes strike, every second of lead time counts. Behind every warning, there's a silent race between prediction and disaster. And yet, for all its complexity, weather forecasting is about something simple, helping people make better choices every single day. From ancient skies and to artificial intelligence, weather forecasting has come a long way. What began as instinct has become insight. What was once guesswork is now guidance. But our journey is far from over. In a world of rising seas and shifting skies, forecasting the weather isn't just about knowing if it'll rain tomorrow, it's about preparing for the storms of the future. So the next time you check your phone for the forecast, remember, behind those icons are centuries of science, and the hope that knowledge can keep us safe. The weather will always change, but thanks to those who watch the skies, we'll always have a way forward.